The Switch Lite, the smaller, more portable little brother to the Nintendo Switch that has one fatal flaw that's on everybody's mind whenever it's brought up. That's right, it doesn't have rumble. Luckily, Nyko made a grip that plugs directly into the headphone jack of the Switch Lite and provides rumble via sound. Ooh. The Nyko Rockin Shock has some interesting features, but does it actually solve any problems that anybody had? This video is sponsored by Dodo Peak, a great Frogger meets Q*bert retro-styled Apple Arcade game that just recently made its way over to the Switch. Save your little babies, unlock new Dodos that move faster, and rage over the fact that you thought you were good at the game when you're really not. It's one of those games with very simple mechanics that's easy to pick up, but hard to master, especially if you want to 100% all the levels and unlock all the cool stuff. Check it out at the eShop or at the link in the description below. I feel like I need to preface this video by saying that it's not sponsored by Satisfy.
Preface.
Oh, thank you. Preface. This video is not sponsored by Satisfy, but they do regularly sponsor videos here on this channel. Because of this, I don't really like to make videos on Switch grips. I genuinely do think that Satisfy makes some of the best grips on the market. I wouldn't have taken a sponsorship like that if I thought otherwise. The reason I'm bringing this up is to quell any concerns of bias here in this video.
Over bias.
Bias, just regular bias. Anyway, the focus here isn't so much on the grip itself, but on the features that this grip has that something like the Satisfy grip can't provide. Like, for example, rumble via audio. But as a grip, the Nyko Rockin Shock is pretty nice. It's a hard plastic with a textured backside for added textile grip. It doesn't have the offset right handle, which is fine for anything that uses the face buttons, but might cramp if you're using the right thumbstick for an extended period of time. The device locks onto your Switch Lite, which is a pretty interesting feature. It only comes off if you hold the unlock button and slide it off at the same time. It has the friction to withstand falling out without the lock. Okay, maybe not. But I guess that's there for added protection in case you have a really intense game of Fortnite. The device charges via USB-C, so you can just use your Switch charger. And yes, it has a headphone cable that you plug directly into the Switch Lite's headphone jack. And you may be asking yourself, but what if I want to listen to the game too? Well, the Rockin Shock has one speaker in the bottom right handle. It is surprisingly loud.
Oh my god, it's so loud.
Much louder than the Switch Lite's built-in speakers. The sound quality is okay. If you're looking to get this thing to increase the quality of your Switch Lite speakers, this might not be the right thing to get. But if you're just looking to pump up the gain, then yeah, sure, why not? It also has a headphone pass-through. My biggest problem with this is that the headphone jack and cable are only 2 rings. So it will not pass through a microphone to your game. Hello, is my mic working? Penis. Not many games use voice chat on the Switch itself anyway, but it wouldn't have taken much for Nyko to just include this functionality. You literally just have to include one more ring on the cable and the jack. Well, I put it off for long enough, I guess I should talk about this device's main feature, rumble. It uses audio from the Switch Lite's headphone jack and rumbles the grips based on how loud that audio is. It works about as well as you'd expect. You control the sensitivity of the rumble with the Switch's volume setting, but this means you're also controlling the volume.
undying light.
Fortunately, the grip has its own volume slider at the bottom, so if you need to make the sensitivity really high or really low and still want that perfect volume, you can, like, mostly adjust it to your liking. Unfortunately, this isn't enough to provide a substantial rumble effect, as you might have guessed. Every game will have a different rumble sensitivity that you'd want to set. I couldn't find a good one in Super Mario U because nothing loud really happens when you get hit and stuff, and the background music is just too loud to begin with. Fortnite should have worked, but was a perfect example of why this thing is a bad idea. It detects gunshots very well, so it can vibrate every time you pull the trigger. But this also means that if anyone else near you shoots, you'll feel the vibration, which is not how vibration works in any other game, and it's really weird to feel that happening here. I wasn't expecting to be so off-put by that. Smash Brothers actually worked okay once I found the right sensitivity. If you're doing a 1v1, the sound effects will make the controller rumble at the appropriate time a lot of the time. Obviously, it isn't going to replace the Switch's rumble feature. Certain things like that moon in Mario Odyssey that requires you to feel the rumble, that's not just gonna magically work on this device. It only rumbles based on how loud the audio is. Don't expect any contextual feedback from this thing. It's only here to, I don't know, amplify the experience? I don't know who's buying a Switch Lite and thinking, man, what this thing really needs is some rumble. Rumble hasn't been a thing that I've thought about since the N64. I completely forgot that this thing didn't even have rumble. Rumble is something that I don't notice if it's not there. I frequently leave it out of my controller reviews because I always forget that it's a feature that controllers have. Unless, of course, that rumble is so harsh it's obtrusive. Then I'll include it. Retroactively adding in a half-baked rumble based on sound is a solution to a problem that never really existed. If you want this thing because you want a grip with a speaker in it, it kind of works for that. You just can't turn the rumble off. So if you want your audio blasting, you're stuck with that shitty rumble effect. I didn't realize this until just now, but this product is an homage to the Rockin shock adapter that Nyko made for the Game Boy Color. Did I say homage right? That device also provided vibration based on audio. It also had an audio pass-through, and it had a much larger speaker in it. If they made this new Rockin shock specifically for function, they missed the mark. I don't see a market for this type of device at all. If they made this new Rockin shock for nostalgia factor, bro, make it atomic purple or something. Put it in that same 90s packaging, people would eat that shit up. As it stands, it's really just a decent $25 grip that also has a vibrate function and a pretty loud speaker if you're okay with it also vibrating. There are other better grips out there for $25, and if it's a speaker you want, you're probably better off getting an actual speaker. But if you happen to get it on a deal, there you go, you could always do that. So what do you guys think about the Nyko Rockin Shock? Do you ever miss vibrate when it's not in a controller or on the Switch Lite? Are you ever playing the Switch Lite and you think, man, I really wish I could feel this? Does this solve a problem for you that I'm not seeing? Leave it in the comments below, at me on Twitter, any and all of this other social media garbage. Special thanks to Dodo Peak for sponsoring the video. Don't forget to check that out at the link in the description below. There's two things I want to mention before you go. One, there's now gonna be gameplay videos over on youtube.com/wolfdenclips. The plan is that every live stream I have will be condensed into like 10-minute long YouTube videos. So if you want more content with my face in it, go to Wulff Den Clips and watch some of the gameplay videos we have. There should be one of me and Wood playing the Mario 64 multiplayer with Luigi.
And I'm trying to stay away from doing hack Nintendo videos on my channel now.
Why is that? Why is that?
Well, because apparently they don't like it.
Mario 64 actually had multiplayer. This is what it would look like. Ignore the knuckles that's laying on the ground though. And this weekend, it would have been the Long Island Retro Game Expo, but now it's called Uplink and it's all online. They have a cool thing set up where there's like different rooms where you can like talk to the vendors and stuff and like buy things from them. But on Saturday, I'm doing a panel with Guy with the hair, and Greg from Game Changer Mods. We're gonna be talking about his Game Boy mods and his book and all of that stuff. And then on Sunday, there's gonna be a Wulff Den panel. Me and Will will just be hanging out and talking to you people. Schedule's over there. I'll also put a link in the description to that, so check that out. It would mean a lot to me if you came, because not only are you helping support us, but you're helping support a convention that can't happen because the world is ending. But of course, the most important thing that you can do and the easiest thing is just subscribe to the channel. Just do that, please. And share this video with a friend who, I don't know, likes junk. Thank you guys very much. Oh, my camera died. Have a good week anyway.